Hey all, this is your lunar pool for September 3rd, 2019. These messages are for the collective. On the 3rd, surrounding the 3rd, and following the 3rd of September. The 9 of Fire comes through. The High Priestess shows up. The Tower card. Scorpio energy, Pisces energy, Taurian energy here on the table so far. Just looking at the major arcana cards that we have out. While I continue to shuffle, I do want to say thank you so much to those of you who support Lunartics Tarot in all of the ways that you do. Thank you for subscribing to this channel, for liking this video. The 7 of Chalices, 7 of Water here wants to come out as well. Thank you also for tipping and donating, and if you are interested in ordering a personal reading from me, all the information and links that you need can be found down below. Just scroll down to the description below the video. Queen of Water shows up in reverse. And we'll just draw a couple more cards here to take us into the near and more distant future. I actually want one piece of advice as well. The 10 of Fire. Got the 10 of Fire, the 4 of Earth in the near future, and the Hierophant in the more distant future. The bottom of the deck is the 6 of Fire, showing us victory. Okay. So there are many messages coming through for this spread, this lunar pool today. What I see clearly is that this message, this reading here, stems from a place of confusion in the root of the situation. Someone having many different choices and so feeling a little lost, or perhaps just a feeling confused because of a sense of being lost in general. Having no idea which path to choose because one does not know which path they would like to create for themselves. And this is also indicative of someone who just has many choices, but again, there's still confusion sets in. There's still confusion. There's a sense of being lost because of those multiple paths all being options for someone. And that sense of confusion or a tendency to indulge in escapism of some sort in the root of the situation. So also perhaps an addiction to a certain substance, a certain person, a certain habit, even outside of drinking and drugs, something like you know, just overindulging and escaping into fantasy, whether that's television, movies, etc., right? Some way of escaping. And the two may be true together, right? Someone may have felt lost, confused, and so they chose escapism over dealing with their reality, or it may feel truer that it's one or the other for some of you, right? But in any case, in the recent past, that sense of confusion or tendency toward escapism left someone feeling very fragile. Now, this may be you here in the recent past as the querent, or it may be someone close to you who was very fragile emotionally, overwhelming with emotion, or shutting their emotions off completely, just unable to deal with their emotions. And so being this overflowing, overwhelming force that is difficult for other people to deal with, or being just cold and shut off from others so as not to deal with their emotions. But this is not emotionally stable here in your past, in your more recent past. And it's a result of all of this confusion or tendency toward escapism, as I said. And if it wasn't you, then this could possibly be a manipulator in your more recent past here as well. Someone may have taken advantage of the fact that you were in a state of confusion or overindulging in escapism to a certain extent. So this can be, at present, we can certainly see you looking back and fearing that this manipulator is going to resurface in your life, because they are in your past, but we see you at present possibly attracting the worst to yourself by expecting it. And you can clearly see how this character, this central focus card here representing you, the querent themselves, is looking back at this state. So either afraid for your own fragility to return, or afraid for someone's manipulative tendencies to return. Not impossible that those are your own as well, right? The message is going to be slightly different. As I said, there's so many coming through in this message. I know it's not the perfect angle of the cards, but I'm trying to get you a slightly better one here. Wonder if some light would help. I'm not sure if that's better or not. We'll leave it for now. So someone is keeping secrets at present as well, and I am sure this is related to the confusion, the possible manipulation in the past, and the root of the situation here. And this may be you, because you're afraid of certain manipulation, or of your own tendency to be fragile or overwhelmed by your emotions, or to shut them off. This can be you at present keeping secrets, keeping a lockdown on what your true emotional state is, on what you ended up choosing here, as far as these paths that you had to choose between and the root of the situation. Or this very well may be someone outside of yourself, maybe specifically a Taurian energy or a Piscean energy who's influencing you at present, someone who's keeping secrets from you. If that's the case, if it's someone else who's keeping secrets, and even if they are your own, in fact, with the Tower card in your higher thoughts, it shows us that you actually know the truth of the situation already. You can see how the truth of the situation, the truth of your true emotional state, or what path you're really going to choose here, even though the confusion has been there for a while. The truth of that, your truth really, you can see how it's going to uproot your life, disturb, shock, cause upheaval for possibly many individuals close to you, in many areas of your life. It's going to shake your foundation and show you that a lot of what is in your daily life at present isn't true for you, because the path that you choose, because what is so true for you, in contrast to that, will shake away things that aren't meant for you, people that aren't meant for you, places that aren't meant for you, possibly because what path you choose, as I said, is so shocking to those around you, and they can't be part of that world, part of that path, maybe specifically as far as some of the energies leaving. And so in the near future, we see you trying to hold on to what it is that you have. Now, even if this is, as I said, this can be someone else's truth, someone else keeping secrets around you, but some part of you, when your ego is quiet in your higher mind, some part of you knows this truth already feels that your foundation is being shaken and the cracks are going to show, and then what is really not on solid ground, what isn't truly meant to be a part of your life, a part of your world, a part of your daily routine, etc., is going to fall away. And again, whether that's your secret or someone else's that is currently being held on to, it is enlightening, and it does offer truth to everyone in the situation. It does show you really what's real and how you move forward authentically. And so it is ultimately a victory. And we see that reflected here in the Six of Fire on the bottom of the deck. We actually see 2 sixes here. And so it may very well, 66 may very well hold an additional message for you if this LunarPull does resonate. Know that this is the end of a burdensome cycle, the end of a creative or spiritual journey for you. So likely for a lot of you, it's the conclusion of a spiritual journey. If it's the conclusion of a creative journey, then that you likely know, right? But it is likely for a lot of you the end of a spiritual journey, and it's the part of the journey that last push and learning this lesson for you, closing this cycle for you, is just for you to do on your own. And instead, where you are presently is a lot of you are looking back and afraid that again, that things from your past, manipulations, manipulators, fragile states, being overwhelmed by your emotions, you're afraid that this is going to return, and you're almost asking for help, waiting for help in some way, which can also be a reason that we see you overindulging in escapism, just sort of waiting on either something negative to happen, which absolutely can attract it to you, or waiting for help in some way. But this Tower card moment feels like one that is meant to happen. So the reason that you're expecting something that causes unexpected upheaval to occur in your life at this point is because it's been trying to for some time. This truth has needed to be revealed. This truth of what path you're on, and what I want to say is the truth of what path you truly want to create, to forge for yourself. There's been this sense of confusion about what path is meant for you, and the path that is meant for you is the one that you want to create. And there's just been some confusion around that, as if you're waiting for a certain sign or happening or person or something to tell you what you want, what is meant for you. And I sense that it's relevant to say that a lot of you are sort of looking for what you can do in the world, how you can help the world, how you can help people. And there's this quote that says, don't ask what it is that the world needs. Ask what makes you feel alive, because what the world needs is more people that feel alive. That's really synonymous with the message here. Part of the message, certainly what's in the root of the situation, because I do sense that this confusion, this lack of direction is all based around not knowing what is meant for you or how you can best help those people in your life or just the world in general, right? And instead of waiting for some sign to show you what is meant for you, the truth lies in what path you actually want to create for yourself. It's not what path was put there for you. It's which one do you want to pave, right? And so that has been revealing itself, and still the confusion to begin with, put some of you in this fragile state where either you were manipulating yourself in some way or manipulated by someone else. And either way, it's a very fragile state. You're afraid for that to return. But you feel something chaotic right around the corner, right around the bend, coming on because it's already happening. This, I think, this bolt of enlightenment, this truth is already within you. Again, whether it's going to be outed by your own secrets being revealed or someone else's close to you being revealed, you know that that which is truly yours, and what you have in your life now that is not. And still in the near future, you are still going to try to hold on to what you have. You're going to try very hard to hold on to what you have, and some of it is meant for you. This Tower card is talking about things that you built in your past that weren't actually for you. Or perhaps they were meant for you for a certain time, but they weren't ultimately meant to stay with you, so they are not for you any longer. This is a burden, this ending of a spiritual cycle here for you. It is a part that you have to do on your own, and yes, it's burdensome and it is heavy. Likely, for a lot of you, it may be revolving around soulmate-like energies, whether this is friends, families, lovers, etc. And some of those have to be let go. Some of them are the things that will be left in your foundation, that will hold you down through many things that aren't meant for you leaving, because you still believed that they were for you for some time. But this is about your security. This is about your community. This is possibly about heading toward an earth or fire sign, if that resonates with you. I do see a new path, the Lovers card showing up. It's also Geminian energy, Capricorn energy, Scorpio energy again. Those might be those signs. If they don't resonate as far as people in your life or parts of your own chart, they very well may be things to look into in your own chart and compare against what is going on astrologically currently. But ultimately, in the more distant future, you are headed toward a deeper commitment, and it absolutely could be to someone in a marriage-like sense. But for a lot of us, this is talking about committing to your path, your daily routine, your personal chosen traditions in a deeper way than you have before. And it makes sense that that's coming at the end of this spiritual journey. You are holding on to very valuable secrets. Many of you were surrounded by them, and you are headed toward a place of the spiritual secrets that you seek being revealed to you. And it circles back to so much of it being about what path you choose, what you want your daily routine, your traditions, your beliefs to look like, what you are willing to commit to. And that's what we mean when we say this confusion has been you waiting for which path is meant for you, when really what the path that is the answer is, the path that is meant for you is the one that you want to create for yourself. And that is saying the same thing as you being willing to commit to something in a deeper way. So once you realize what that path is, and that you really never have to be in this fragile state again, because if that fragility comes from this confusion, you don't have to give into it. You can just choose by owning what it is that you want to create, right? In that, just in realizing that truth, and in allowing that to dismiss other paths, other energies from your life that don't support your truth, right? In that, you will be committed in a deeper way to yourself, to your path, to that which you believe is true. And I feel I have to say, you only have to believe certain things are true at present. You can believe that those beliefs, that truth, that those views of yours are ever evolving. That can be part of whatever it is that you're practicing, right? Whether we're talking about your spirituality, your creativity, your art form, your work, or all the above. You can believe that it is in that constant state of evolution and flux. Truth be told, it should be. Which will also make these moments, these bolts of enlightenment that shake everything up, though they are normally unexpected with the Tower card, they will make that owning that will make them less unexpected, right? More expected and more acceptable, just part of the whole picture. especially if what has been in your mind is wanting to know what path, what future is meant to be. Seeing it in that light, owning it in that way, will make it seem like it's just part of the cycle that is meant to occur, and so we'll feel more comfortable then, oftentimes. But this is gorgeous. We see this beautiful new commitment to what means the most to you. And that will mean what you include in your daily life, your daily routine, your inner circle, the thoughts and practices that are closest to you. I definitely see a divine partnership, a divine pair on the table in the spread. And so for some of you, this is about you coming together with someone else, realizing that there is no one else for you besides this person in the way that matters to you at this time, that matters most to you maybe. But for a lot of us, we're talking about two parts of ourselves merging at last, accepting one another. Our outward practices and daily routines reflecting at long last beliefs that we have been holding dear but secret within us. Someone or something is going to bring those secrets to light, whether they're ours, whether they're someone else's, whether we do it, whether they do. Again, information on private readings is down below if you want to get more specific. There's so many messages in general reads, but someone someone or something is causing those secrets to come to light here, and it's such a gift, and it is such a victory here, because it allows you to stop waiting, to stop fearing the past is going to return. Someone from your past is going to be able to harm you again. Something from your past is going to be able to harm you. To stop fearing this state of emotional unrest and fragility that was just part of the journey, is part of everyone's journey, truly. Keep in mind that here in the near future, as you do try to hold on to what you can, as you do try to keep everything that you can, for some of you, that sometimes it is that act of trying to hold on too tightly that causes something to leave completely. Allow things to transform, to morph, to take new shapes. Allow things to change rather than try to keep them in place so tightly that they break, right? So that is what's coming through for us for our LunarPull on the 3rd of September, 2019. I hope the needed insight was able to reach you, that you make wise choices for yourselves that move you forward. And I will post another LunarPull for us as soon as I can.